Good afternoon. My name is Mike Harris, and I reside in North Pine Avenue. I'm here today to speak on behalf of Nancy Harris, also of North Pine Avenue, North Oswego. Due to work obligations, Mrs. Harris was unable to attend this town meeting. Ms. Harris has on 3 dates forwarded an email letter to newly elected Supervisor Santino requesting a face-to-face meeting. The email was sent on February 23rd, 2016, March 2nd, 2016, and a final attempt on March 11th, 2016. The entire town board and a variety of town officials were also carbon copied. There has been zero response from the office of the town supervisor. As a newly elected representative of the people, the lack of response is unacceptable. Ms. Gears has requested that her letter be read for the public record. Additionally, hard copies will be distributed to the supervisor and all council members. Here is Mr. Gears' original communication to Supervisor Santino on February 23rd, 2016. Dear Supervisor Santino, my name is Nancy Gears, and I'm the adoption coordinator at the Town of Hempstead Animal Shelter and Adoption Center. I am writing to you on behalf, with the permission of my colleagues Wendy Carriello, Offsite Head Coordinator, and Dolores Stormo, Volunteer Coordinator and Cat Kitten Foster Coordinator. Together, we are a true adoption and placement team. We are 3 mature professional women with dozens of years of sheltering experience behind us. All of us have impeccable work records and reputations. We have initiated and continue to run a groundbreaking program to benefit the animals in our care and the community at large. We are proud of the accomplishments and the progress that our shelter has made over the past several years under the former director and assistant director, Cynthia Icapella and Stacy DeBolt's leadership. We have, however, become distraught, frustrated, and greatly concerned over the direction and the philosophy of the current shelter director, Mike Pastore. There is rampant staff favoritism, fear of retribution, philosophical disagreements, questionable relationships with rescue organizations, and most importantly, the best interests of the animals and the taxpayers of this community has been compromised. The shelter is managed by an obvious double standard. All objectivity and professionalism has been blatantly compromised. While I have the permission of my colleagues to speak, please know that there are countless others, many part-time staff who have been bullied or ostracized by management, who are driven into silence for fear of retribution. Some volunteers have also been wrongfully bullied and suspended from the shelter by Mr. Pastore. I respectfully request a face-to-face meeting at your convenience with myself, Ms. Carriello, and Ms. Stormo to further discuss our concerns. We do request that Mike Pastore not be present, as that would dramatically impact our ability to be candid and honest for fear of reprisal. We strive to serve our taxpayers, homeless pets, and the community with the utmost professionalism. Please help us in our mission to keep the shelter moving in a progressive direction. Sincerely, Nancy Gears.
Sir, this letter was forwarded to the town attorney's office for investigation by the supervisor, and I believe all 3 employees have been contacted, and there is an ongoing investigation into their allegations.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to ask, who would be conducting such an investigation?
The town attorney's office.
The town attorney's office will be looking into this. Isn't that what has happened in the past? How does the town investigate themselves? I mean, haven't they been a little biased in the past? Especially concerning the animal shelter? And shouldn't there be an outside entity?
Well, no, because you're indicating or surmising that there may be some kind of a conflict. The town attorney's office investigates these kind of workplace complaints.
Well, it's going a little beyond that, because at this point there's a lot of animal negligence and abuse going on. You know, the public is seeing it. It's quite apparent, the direction of the shelter. When you go in there, you can just feel how that place has turned back into a prison wall. It's not a nice place, and this is all because of the leadership that has been allowed to continue. When Mr. Santino came on, the first couple of meetings we brought to your attention things that were Bubba, where he was being sent to his owner to be euthanized, the director, the shelter, the vet, were arranging this. If we weren't lucky enough that this person who stopped it happened to know Elizabeth Stein, this girl would be dead. We have said we can't keep doing this. We can't come here month after month and bring to your attention things that are going on in the shelter that are wrong. The TNR program, Mr. Santino stepped in immediately, and we could do that. We could keep coming up here month after month publicly and pointing things out that are wrong. And I do feel that, unlike Kate Murray, Mr. Santino will take action. But this is not the way it's supposed to be. This shelter should be conducting itself properly. There should be all the programs in place that were there 2 years ago that he destroyed and took down. We are trying to tell you that this shelter is not running properly. It's a dictatorship. He is doing some terrible things inside the walls of this shelter and under this roof. And not everything are we able to catch. It's going on every day. People and animals are suffering. That is why today, when I came up here, I did not want to bring to you yet another tragedy, another horrible thing that's happening. So, Mr. Santino, what I was going to speak about today, which I normally would speak out publicly, I have put in a letter to you that please, I don't care for anybody else to read it but you.
Just give it to the clerk and I will get it at the conclusion of the meeting.
Thank you. It's very important for you to understand what we are trying to do is going on at this shelter.
Read it today.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Elizabeth Stein? No, that's Thank you. Ms. Madden, Diane? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
For the record, you name it.
Diane Madden, 243 Cherry Place, East Meadow. I am encouraged to hear that the town is conducting an investigation. I'm a little bit concerned because that's what happened when we were banned. I would like to know the results of that investigation. Will that be publicized? Will that come to you, Supervisor? I'd like to have some faith. And again, to me, the fact that you are the supervisor gives me that faith.
What I say is, I mean, there are certain laws in terms of confidentiality, things of that nature, but whatever the town attorney says is able to be made public, we will share with you.
Certainly the supervisor and the members of the board will know the results.
And can you?
And of course, the complaints.
Okay. And can you please tell me in depth, will every employee in the animal shelter be questioned? Is this something the union's involved with? How?
I'm not going to comment.
So there's an investigation going on.
You want me to tell you how we go about our investigations? Why don't we just...
I would like to know if everyone's going to be questioned.
Well,
It depends. It depends, as need be.
Diane, I will make sure that the due diligence is done, that it's not whitewashed. What is proper will be done, and once I have the result of it, again, what the town attorney tells me can be legally disclosed, you and I will talk about it.
Thank you, Supervisor.